हेलो फ्रेंड्स, माय सुपर इंग्लिश क्लास में आपका स्वागत है। रोमांटिक एज राइटर में हम लोग आज देख रहे हैं सैमुअल टॉयलर कोलरिज को। इनके इम्पोर्टेंट नोट्स और वर्क की हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं। ठीक है, जल्दी जल्दी सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए चैनल को। लाइक आप करते नहीं हैं वीडियो को देखने के बाद भी। प्लीज़ लाइक माय वीडियो एंड शेयर विद योर फ्रेंड्स दोज हु आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर नेट सैट और पीजीटी इंग्लिश लिटरेचर एग्ज़ाम. Now we will see in first page the very special writer of romantic age S.T. Coleridge. तो देखो सैमुअल टाइलर कोलरिज का जो है जन्म बोर्न ऑन 21 अक्टूबर 1772 इन ओटरी सेंट मैरी डेवोनशायर में हुआ था. ही वॉज द सन ऑफ द मिनिस्टर जॉन कोलरिज एंड वुडन कोलारस. फादर डाइड व्हेन ही वॉज ओनली 9. जब वो 9 साल के थे तब भी उनके पिता की मृत्यु हो गई. आफ्टर दिस कलर वॉज एजुकेटेड एट क्राइस्ट हॉस्पिटल एंड जीसस कॉलेज कैम्ब्रिज with the intention of becoming a church minister. Okay. Then he died on 25th July 1834. He was an English poet, literary critic, philosopher, and theologian who, with his friend William Wordsworth, was a founder of the Romantic movement in England and a member of the Lake Poet. You know very well about the Wordsworth. And just remember it about the Lake Poet. He is also one of the important member of the Lake Poet. Now he left his studies in 1794 without a degree. Coleridge met Robert Southey in Bristol in 1794 and they both were good friends. And his first volume of poetry, Poems in Various Subjects, was published in 1796. It was during this time that he also began an intimate friendship with Wordsworth and Dorothy, Wordsworth's sister Dorothy. Collaboration with the Wordsworth produced the lyrical ballads in 1798. He fell in love with Sarah, sister of Wordsworth's fiancée, Mary Hutchinson. Okay. Now Sarah also appears in Coleridge's journals and poems as a Asra. Okay, remember it. Now the first very important work of Coleridge is the Rime of the Ancient Mariner, and it is originally the Rime of the Ancient Mariner. So just you can see the spellings, is the longest major poem written in 1797-98 and published in 1798 in the first edition of Lyrical Ballads. Okay, now it was the first poem of 1798 published Lyrical Ballads, which wrote by both Wordsworth and S.T. Coleridge. The poem may have been inspired by James Cook's सेकेंड वोएज ऑफ एक्सप्लोरेशन. ये बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज़ है, इसको याद रखिएगा कि दिस इज़ द पोएम द राइम ऑफ द एंशिएंट मैरिनर एंड इट इज़ इंस्पायर्ड बाय द जेम्स कुक सेकेंड वोएज ऑफ एक्सप्लोरेशन 1772 से 1775 जो इनकी यात्रा चली थी ऑफ द साउथ सीज एंड द पैसिफिक ओशन. इससे इंस्पायर होकर उन्होंने लिखा था S.T. Coleridge ने द राइम ऑफ द एंशिएंट मारिनर. Another version of the poem was published in the 1817 collection entitled Sibylline Leaves. ठीक है, और दूसरी वर्जन जो है वो 1817 में कलेक्ट जो पब्लिश हुई थी उसका नाम है Sibylline Leaves. Okay. Now next it is a Kubla Khan और A Vision in a Dream, a Fragment, इसका ऐसा नाम है. फिर it is a poem written by Samuel Taylor Coleridge, completed in 1797 and published in 1816. According to the Coleridge preface to Kubla Khan, the poem was composed one night after he experienced an opium influenced dream after reading a work describing Sangdu, the summer capital of the Yuan dynasty founded by the Mongol emperor Kublai Khan. So upon waking, he set about writing lines of poetry that came to him from the dream until he was interrupted by a person from Porlock. The poem could not be completed according to its original 200-300 line plan. As the interruption caused him to forget the lines, he left it unpublished and kept it for private readings for his friends until 1816, when, at the prompting of the Lord Byron, it was published. Okay, so now it is second very important work of Coleridge, Kubla Khan, A Vision in a Dream, a fragment. Now third, Biographia Literaria, or a biographical sketches by my literary life and opinions. This is also another name of the particular book, and it is very famous literary criticism. It is an autobiography in discourse by Samuel Taylor Coleridge, which is he published in 1817. He in two volumes of 23 chapters. The first intended title of the work was Autobiographia Literaria. The formative influence of the work were Wordsworth's theory of imagination, Kantian view of imagination as a shaping power, for which Coleridge later coined the neologism and assemblastic, and David Hartley and the associationist psychology. Okay, this is a Biographia Literaria, and the book has numerous essays and on philosophy. ठीक है, इस बुक में बहुत सारे ऐसे थे on philosophy, and he discusses and engages the philosophy of Immanuel Kant, John Gottlieb Fichte, and Friedrich uh, Wilhelm Joseph von Schelling. Being fluent in German, Coleridge was one of the first major English literary figure to discuss Schelling's ideas in particular. Okay, this is the important information for you. Now next, it is a uh, Christable. Christable is a long narrative ballad जो कि कोलेरिज ने लिखा है. It is also very important ballad, narrative ballad written by Coleridge. This work is in two parts. The first part was repeatedly written in 1797 and second in 1800, but it can't published in the edition of. उन्होंने लिरिकल बैलेट्स के लिए लिख रहे थे, बट उस समय पूरा नहीं होने के कारण उसमें पब्लिश नहीं हो पाया. तो एक क्वेश्चन इस पे भी बन जाता है कि विच इज़ द वर्क विच कांट पब्लिश्ड ड्यूरिंग द लिरिकल बैलेट बट ही रोट half of he completed. So it is called as Christable, but after it published in the poem was published in a pamphlet in 1816 alongside Kubla Khan and the Pains of Sleep. तो ये दो जो वर्क थे उनमें उसमें ही पैम्पलेट के रूप में ये पब्लिश हो गया था क्राइस्टेबल. तो कोलरिज प्लान 3 एडिशनल पार्ट बट दीज वर नेवर कम्प्लीटेड. तो उन्होंने और 3 पार्ट की किए थे पर वो कंप्लीट नहीं हुए थे. फिर आगे देखते हैं. कन्वर्सेशन पोएम्स उनकी है 8, टोटल 8 पोएम्स है. कन्वर्सेशन पोएम्स आर अ ग्रुप ऑफ एट लीस्ट 8 पोएम्स कंपोज बिटवीन 1795 and 1807. Each details a particular life experience which led to the poet's examination of nature and the role of poetry. They describe virtuous conduct and men's obligation to God, nature, society, and ask as if there is a place for simple appreciation of nature without having to actively dedicate one's life to altruism. ठीक है, अल्ट्रुइज्म का मतलब होता है परोपकार. ठीक है, तो इसमें देखो कौन कौन सी पोएम थी. इसमें थी पहली पोएम थी जो कि पब्लिश हुई थी 1796 में, द एलियन हार्प. इट इज़ वन ऑफ द अर्ली कन्वर्सेशन पोएम एंड डिस्कसेस कोलरिज एंटिसिपेशन ऑफ मैरिज विद सारा फ्रिकर along with the pleasure of conjugal love. ठीक, however the Aeolian Harp is not a love poem and instead focuses on man's relationship with nature. The central image of the poem is an Aeolian harp, an item that represents both order and wildness in nature. ठीक है, दिस इज फर्स्ट पोएम ऑफ कन्वर्सेशन पोएम्स. फिर दूसरी थी रिफ्लेक्शंस ऑन हैविंग लेफ्ट अ प्लेस ऑफ रिटायरमेंट. It also published in 1798. The poem discusses Coleridge's understanding of the nature and his married life, which was suffering from problems that developed after the previous poems. Overall, the poem focuses on humanity's relationship with nature in its various aspects, ranging from the experiencing an Edenic state to having to abandon a unity with nature in order to fulfill a moral obligation to humanity. ठीक है. Third poem of the same book, The Lime Tree Bower, My Prison, 1797. The poem discusses a time in which Coleridge was forced to stay beneath a lime tree while his friends were able to enjoy the countryside. Within the poem, Coleridge is able to connect to his friends' experience and enjoy nature through him, making the lime tree only a physical prison, not a mental one. ठीक है. इसमें चौथे नंबर की पोएम थी फ्रॉस्ट एट मिडनाइट्स विच पब्लिश इन 1798 इन सेम बुक, हैज़ बीन वेल रिसीव्ड बाय क्रिटिक्स एंड इज सीन एज द बेस्ट ऑफ द कन्वर्सेशन पोएम. तो ये सबसे बेस्ट पोएम है कन्वर्सेशन पोएम की, फ्रॉस्ट at midnight, and the poem discusses Coleridge's childhood experience in a negative manner and emphasizes the need to be raised in the countryside. The poem expresses hope that Coleridge's sons Hartley would be able to experience a childhood that his father could not and become a true child of nature. The view of nature within the poem has a strong. तो इस तरह की बातें हैं इस पोएम में, देख लीजिएगा आप. Fears in Solitude, it is a next work which is in the particular work. It is also in same 1798. The poem was composed while France threatened to invade Great Britain. Although Coleridge was opposed to the British government, the poem sides with the British people in a patriotic defense of their homeland. The poem also emphasizes a desire to protect one's family and to live a simple life in harmony with nature. The critical response to the poem was mixed, with some critics claiming that the work was alarmist and anti-British. ठीक है, Fears in Solitude. Now next poem is The Nightingale, a conversation poem, same book. The poem included in the first edition of the Lyrical Ballad. Actually Lyrical Ballad के लिए लिखी मैं भी include थी, which he published with William Wordsworth. The poem disputes the traditional idea that nightingales are connected to the idea of melancholy. Instead, the nightingale represents to Coleridge the experience of nature. So midway through the poem, the narrator stops discussing the nightingale in order to describe a mysterious female and gothic scene. After the narrator is returned to his original train of thought by the nightingale song, he recalls a moment when he took his crying son out to see the moon, which immediately filled the child with joy. Critics have found the poem either decent with the little complaint as one of his better poems containing beautiful lines. फिर है डिजेक्शन थी एन ओड. इट इज़ पब्लिश्ड इन 1802. द पोएम इज इट इन इट्स ओरिजिनल फॉर्म वॉज रिटर्न टू सारा हचिनसन, a woman who was not his wife, and discusses his feelings of love for her. And the various versions of the poems describe Coleridge's inability to write poetry, living in a state of paralysis, but published editions removed his personal feelings and mention of the हचिनसन. द पोएम वॉज रिप्लाई टू वर्ड्सवर्थ. एक्चुअली ये पोएम जो है क्या है, रिप्लाई टू वर्ड्सवर्थ की कौन सी है, रिजोल्यूशन एंड इंडिपेंडेंस. इट इज़ ऑल्सो कनेक्टेड टू वर्ड्सवर्थ immortality ode in theme and structure. The poem expresses feelings of dejection and the inability to write poetry or to enjoy nature. फिर है लास्ट पोएम थी इसकी कन्वर्सेशन पोएम की टू विलियम वर्ड्सवर्थ, विच पब्लिश्ड इन 1807 as a response to the poet William Wordsworth's autobiographical poem The Prelude, called here that prophetic lay. Wordsworth had recited that poem to his friend Coleridge personally. In his poem, Coleridge praises Wordsworth's understanding of both external and human nature, at the same time emphasizing Wordsworth's poetic achievement and downplaying his own. ठीक है, और इनका एक प्ले भी बड़ा ही मशहूर है, ओसोरियो और रिमोर्स. ओसोरियो is a tragedy, is a blank verse. It was written in 1797 but was unperformed following its rejection by the ड्रूरी लेन थिएटर के द्वारा उसको रिजेक्ट कर दिया गया. किसको? ओसोरियो. फिर क्या हुआ? कोलरिज रिवाइज्ड एंड रिकास्ट द प्ले 16 ईयर्स लेटर. 16 साल बाद फिर से उसको रिकास्ट किया, गिविंग इट द न्यू टाइटल ऑफ रिमोर्स. रिमोर्स met with considerable critical and commercial success when it was first performed in 1813. It ran for the 20 nights at Drury Lane and was issued in print 3 times within the year. तो इससे हमको एक चीज़ और शिक्षा मिलती है कि अगर हम कोई एक अच्छा काम करते हैं, अगर उसमें हम अनसक्सेसफुल भी तो कोई बात नहीं. मैं बात कर रहा हूँ राइटिंग्स की या म्यूज़िक की या इससे रिलेटेड कोई भी वर्क की, जो आप में कलाएँ हैं, है ना. तो हम लोग जब कुछ सक्सेसफुल हो जाते हैं, हम लोग कुछ अर्निंग करने लगते हैं, तो उसके बाद हम उसको फिर से रीस्टैब्लिश करने की कोशिश कर सकते हैं, तो हो सकता है हम उसमें सक्सेसफुल हो जाते हैं. तो यहाँ देखो, सेट इन दिस द पर्टिकुलर प्ले वॉज सेट इन 16th सेंचुरी ग्रेनाडा. ठीक है. द प्ले इज़ नोटेबल फॉर द इट्स यूज़ ऑफ गोथिक एलिमेंट. गोथिक एलिमेंट थे इसमें, सच एज अ कैसल, डंजियन, केव और सुपर नेचुरल, ये सब कुछ था इसमें, इसलिए बाद में फिर पॉपुलर भी हो गया. ठीक है. रिमोर्स, ओसोरियो, रिमोर्स, तो कोलरिज ने प्ले भी लिखे हैं. फिर दिस इज़ द लास्ट पेज. द करंट स्टैंडर्ड एडिशन इज़ द कलेक्टेड वर्ड्स. ये भी एक उनका आया है, द कलेक्टेड वर्क्स ऑफ सैमुअल टॉयलर कोलरिज, जिसको एडिट किया है बाय कैथलीन कोबर्न. ये पूछा जा सकता है क्वेश्चन, इसलिए मैंने ये भी इसको कलेक्ट कर लिया हूँ. कैथरीन कोबर्न ने. और ये 1969 से लेके 2002 तक के सारा सब कुछ जो लिखा हुआ है, मतलब. ठीक है. जो भी उनका वर्क आया या बाद में जो पब्लिश हुआ, तो सब कुछ एडिट करके उन्होंने ये लिखा है. ठीक है. तो आई थिंक यू लाइक दिस वीडियो एंड ऑल द इंफॉर्मेशन वॉट एवर आई कलेक्टेड फॉर यू एज ए नोट्स. तो प्लीज़ लाइक माई वीडियो and please subscribe my channel and just see whole video please. Thank you.